back. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully you can see me. It's been a long time since my OBS has crashed. Thank you, Twitch, for ads. Let me know if you can see me. Honestly, that bums me out. God damn it. Okay. Well, hopefully those of you that are still here enjoy the stream. We're going to jump back into things. I don't know why my OBS crashed. No clue. I went to switch scenes and it just died on me. But we're going to get back into this. I hate when that happens. I'm like, damn. Like I needed extra help sabotaging my stream tonight. OBS overly bad shit. Not entirely wrong. Not entirely wrong. I know when that happens, people are like, oh, I guess stream's over. And I'm just like, it annoys me. It fucking annoys me. Hey there, boas. To be fair, it's freeware. It's been around a very long time. Being maintained. I mean, usually it's great. I'd say like 99% of the time it's great, but there was really no reason for it to crash that I can think of. I guess there's usually no reason for anything to crash, but shit happens. So one of the things about streaming I absolutely hate the most is technical issues. I'm like, honestly, I sat there for a second. I'm like, do I even go back live? Do I even bother? This game has some quality, just don't enjoy it. Yeah, honestly, it looks amazing. It looks incredible, but honestly, gameplay-wise, it's not my favorite. Do I check the logs? It might be a generic video driver crash. I could probably check the logs. Worst thing for you is when your audio's fucked up despite you doing nothing to change it. Yeah, it's usually Windows updates. It's like, we're gonna mess your audio up even though you did absolutely nothing wrong. That often happens. Every time I update Windows, I gotta like check to make sure the audio's okay. Hey there, Mandrew. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I was almost like, do I go back live? I was like, I don't know if I bother. Hopefully I don't regret going back live here. Yeah, literally every time Windows updates, my audio changes, like my default audio changes. The Blinks clip cursed the stream, yeah, legit. So the stream shit the bed. Is the shuffle not going good? No, it's my OBS crashed on me. And I'm just like, great, thanks. I already needed help sabotaging my stream. Glad I'm back if that makes a difference. It makes a little bit of a difference. I do appreciate the kind words. OBS and Blinks are working together. Blinks has cursed my stream. I think it's a lurk heavy night tonight, it seems. Which I admittedly, like, I'll fully admit I'm not the best at handling. Times you're chatty, you're like non-stop chatty, but you lurk 99% of the time. Yeah, I know, I feel that. I wasn't trying to, hopefully that didn't come off as me trying to guilt people into talking, but. You're not lurking, just hi, O'Bury, fair enough. Watch Clerks 3, was not expecting it to be so sad. Yeah, that one's, if you're not ready for that one, it can kind of mess you up. I saw it in the theater. I loved it, but yeah, it's definitely quite a bit more intense than the first two. Cried like a baby. Yeah, no, that movie constantly had me tearing up. Constantly. I do recommend it for anybody that's seen like the OG Clerks or Clerks 2. Clerks 3 it's a different flavor, but I think it's a good maturation of the characters. Okay, how the hell do I deal with this guy? We did have a shoot. There we go. Need them projectiles. Characters have been a part of your subconscious for like 20 years. Yeah, right? What about the Clerks animated series? I've never seen it. I don't know if it's any good or not. This is actually the first time hearing it, so I can't imagine it's that good if nobody talks about it. Creb loves it. It's so good. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know how you're supposed to deal with these bosses. Okay, well, we almost have them. I don't know how you're supposed to do this without taking damage, but... On YouTube, they have the pilot episode for the show. The animated series. I might have to give it a watch. Yeah, I guess it is the Halloween weekend this weekend, isn't it? I guess I'm weird and have nothing planned. I am most definitely dead, damn it. Jim Brewer plays Randall. Okay, I like Jim Brewer. Still need to buy candy for the kids. I'm glad I could remind you. Okay, he's almost dead. Come on. Or did he have 2 phases? People are partying and drinking. We're being normal watching Twitch streams. I guess so. If this is normal. Yeah, I just get, man. It fucking annoys me when Twitch crashes, or OBS crashes. Although you'd think that would have affected things yesterday, too. Oh my god, we're right at the end. Fuck, game, come on, dude. That's the last track. We're at the end of the last track. What game did I beat? You just joined, Stubby. I beat the game yesterday. It was Space Invaders. Kind of a technicality, but we cleared a screen on Space Invaders, so I counted it. Oh shit, we're into triple-digit swaps. I gotta move that over. Gotta center that up. Kreb with the pack. Thank you, Kreb. Hopefully you get some cards you want. 3, 2, 1. Although pulling a YouTube card is not gonna be the easiest. One day you'll get it. Yeah, trying to get a YouTube card is basically gambling. At a certain point. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, here's the deal though, like if I lowered it to like the blue tier, like the rare tier, it would get played so often. Have you ever seen Kung Fury? I actually haven't. Kreb with the no swearing. Kreb, you gotta play that on a game that's giving me trouble. This'll be in the bag. No problem. Must have fallen asleep mid-stream. You don't need to apologize for sleeping. N64 visuals versus Saturn. I mean, they're a different flavor. Saturn definitely reminds me more of PS1. N64 is just its own thing. N64, obviously being, you know, double the bits, is gonna have some advantages. The textures definitely look worse on N64 overall. It's weird, because, like, the polygon counts increase, and the jaggies decrease, but, like, the textures are way worse on N64. So it's weird. It's got its pros and cons. Never owned a Saturn. I didn't either. I feel like I've been missing out big time. Back then you dug the blurred textures. Nowadays you prefer blocky. Yeah, I would take clean and blocky over like blurry. Come on, mods. Do we have any mods even here? I don't know where the mods have been lately. Speaking of, that's right, Kreb, you applied for... I might have to mod you, Kreb. You know, obviously I don't expect my mods to be here all the time, but I feel like things have been increasingly absent lately. Which I only slightly worry about. Oh, God. No, I'm right there. God, it did worse that time. Nate? Okay, here's the thing. Nate went live after I went offline last night. At like 3 in the morning. Nate's probably asleep right now. What if somebody plays no swearing, then somebody else plays a walk-in card with a swear? Does the stream explode? Yes, that's exactly what happens.
Anyway, I would really like to beat G in my old-fashioned style. But
mine scan.
Enjoy your stay.
Thanks for the resub. Thanks for the 28 months.
Oh, I know how good you are. I taught you a lot of my own tricks.
Start playing Sudeki.
I want you to find Big G and
wonder
teach
who
him a
told him
lesson
to do that.
for the second and last time.
Thanks for the prime,
You know,
mine
Fats,
scan.
you're always asking for trouble. But if you want me to, okay, I'm game. I assume that's it? Well, see you later, Fats. I gotta bail.
See you later,
Take it easy,
Fats. Okay. I'm curious how the story's gonna tie into the actual gameplay here.
Fats!
This
Hey,
act thing.
watch it, don't break the door. Junior's got himself in trouble. Look at this.
I can mod you, mine scan.
I can't believe he actually...
I did
joined up
mention
with
there's a
Big G.
mod application for him. It's not that long.
Put a stop to this.
Fats, you're not going yourself, are you? Big G's
I feel like it's only fair. I've made everybody
Oh,
else.
Yes, I am. Basically, when you want to get things
Made everybody
done right,
else that wanted to be
you gotta do
mods
it yourself,
fill it
Fred.
out.
A hustler hustles for the love of the thrill and the skill. Money is there to enhance the thrill, not to drown in it. Big G and Junior are winning simply because they're cheating.
Kreb is special.
Better comes back
I
to
honestly
me.
just
The
forgot.
hall for me when I'm gone, Fred.
Kreb, you're getting mod. We need an active mod. Real special, like something's wrong special. I trust you can do as good a job as anybody else on the mod team. All hail the new mod. I mean, he did apply for it. I do have a mod application for him. Oh boy, this game, you know about this one, Ninja.
Hey, where you think you're going? Oh, Minnesota Fat? I guess. No reason why you can't.
Data
come
East,
out.
like, yeah, this is Data East. Oh, Goaty 100%ed this? What? There's a Genesis version?
That, is that you? Why, you here to join up with Big G and company?
No! Oh shit, we're back to Power Drift. Okay, let's see if I can actually get third or better here. That'll be a minor miracle. This game's ridiculous. I don't know how this is supposed to be playable. It's so over the top. Hey there, Rupee Mine. Night's going okay. My OBS crashed. I'm a little pissed about it, but other than that, I'm doing okay. Kind of just threw a wrench into the middle of stream, but, you know, it is what it is. It's an OBS. It's a streaming software. It's how I stream my games. How I interact with all you guys on Twitch. Where's this said form? Do I still have the link? No, I'm an idiot. I didn't continue. Fuck. Gotta do it all over again. Shit. That's what I get. Damn it, I should have just waited like 2 seconds. Nah, mind scan, that was me being dumb. That was me being dumb. Here's the mod application form. Mind scan. Or anybody else that wants to apply. They're definitely willing to hear out applicants. Okay. Well, I think we were only on the 4th map. And the first 3 weren't that hard, so... I was spending most of my time on the first map anyway. Oh, that's right, Riley, you applied. I don't know, I'm gonna need to start unmodding people before I mod more. Because I want a tight but active mod team, and currently the mod team is not all active. Can I type /unmod all, just everyone? I don't think that works. Yeah, I need to talk to some of my old mods and be like, listen, you're not here very often. Give you Slavic. Well, I feel bad because Slavic likes modding, but he's like barely here. How many mod spots are there? I mean, I think it's unlimited. I just, again, like, it's more of a personal thing. Like, I just don't want to have a huge mod team. I was already getting shit, like, early on in streaming, because people are like, what, you have, like, 14 mods? I can't believe this. Absurd. And I'm like, I sort of get what they say, but, like, you can't expect everybody to be active all the time. Yeah, shit, we already did better. We got silver on the first one. But yeah, I will say, for those thinking about applying for mod, I really just need people that are here and active a lot. Like, that is the biggest... I feel like I can teach people how to mod. I can't teach people to be here, you know? So that's a pretty big factor. Like, depending on your availability, it's gonna... What about boyfriend applications? I'm sorry, I'm not currently looking. Hate to break it to you. I'm what's keeping you up till 1 a.m. every night, Riley. Yo, Juker, how's it going? Mod that Kyle guy, he always shows up. I'm pretty good about showing up. Don't feel like my chat needs modding on. Oh, it doesn't, but I mean, even just the small things, like, you know, I just need somebody here to be able to, like, approve messages or something, you know? Have I ever not shown up to my stream? As far as I know, that's not physically possible, so you got a point there, Juker. Our little self-worth, welcome to the club. Shit. Mentally, though, I'd say a pretty vast majority of the time. I mean, I'm always here mentally. It's just, it's whether or not my mental capacity is there. Not a canceled stream. Has a stream happened without me? That's a good point. Unmod Kreb. Already? Yeah. Why is Yes in the lead? Poor Kreb. Man just got the sword. He's gonna have it taken away. Ooh, almost got that corner too tight. I thought I was gone there. Shit. Where is this pull option? That's why this is winning. Goddamn, guys. He just got it. I will say, Kreb. When I did read it, the one thing I just said, I'd be a little hypocritical if I was like, yeah, this is the reason I wouldn't mod you, but having no prior mod experience. Come on, I'm cutting it too close. Man, so you choose status over power. You choose it as if you would just get mod if you wanted it. We're in a stream where the streamer did the watch time command. One of his mods did it too and is only a couple hundred hours behind. Oh, in terms of like the amount of time you stream total, that's crazy. If it doesn't go well, just unmod you, Krev. It's a trial run. It's a trial run. Not gonna lie, you only know some of the mod commands because you keep up the mod panel when you stream. Instead of the normal streamer one. Dennis unmod you? Wait a second. If I want to unmod somebody, just mod you and unmod you, Shooter. As a kid, you used to pretend your eyes were a camera. Maybe when I'm offline, my life is the offline stream. All of life is a stream. It's just whether or not you're going live. That's deep. That's deep. Want to ban somebody as a first oh, you mean a timeout. It's like, ban. No, it'll happen naturally. We don't really usually need to time people out. It's pretty rare. Doesn't happen too often. Let's see. Usually people are pretty good about, like, if I say something ain't gonna fly, most people are usually good about avoiding that kind of thing. Alright, I guess we're just jumping into this. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is center ring boxing. Blue human, huh? We can change the head. Okay. I do kind of like this menu. Make him just like a tall boy. Overall, this is the best boxing game on the SAT. How many boxing games are there? There's gotta be like, what, like 3? Is this just by default the best one? Hey there, Wesley. Can I be not human? That's what I'm wondering. It doesn't look like it. Which is a bummer, if you ask me. Hey there, Sparrow. Seems like false advertising. Honestly, it does. Why do you put the word human if you can't be something other than human? Okay, main event? I am digging this music. Human as opposed to setting up a computer opponent. That makes more sense. I don't know why I hadn't considered that. Dang it. Okay, we got breakpoint tennis back. With the dumbass AI that I can just cheese. I don't know. Did I go single game for this? I think I did.
Game is young.
Bro.
Miss Takahashi. To
This
serve.
game actually seems busted. I'm not gonna lie. Shit. And then, of course, I miss. Making fun of the AI for it. Okay, that won't happen again. Oh, wait. I'm on the other court. That was actually me serving. Shit. Whoops. This is like about as bare bones as tennis could get. Classic Kyle. I'm leaving the ramen. Good seeing you too.
40, love.
It's the pit fighter of tennis games. Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Miss Takahashi.
The attention to detail they add the sand or whatever under the area they run is it's kind of cool, but doesn't make up for the fact that the game is like stupid easy here. I don't know if I'm gonna want to do a whole tournament.
Miss Young to serve. Love 15.
Riveting. Actually riveting. Oh shit. Helps not to hit out. The sound of the ball being hit is ASMR. It actually does sound pretty nice. Shit.
30, 15.
Okay, the AI is at least doing something.
All.
That something is very little, but it is something. Dang it.
40, 30.
I love that this game has a ball catcher. Like, they actually bothered to at least do that. This might not be a good game, but at least they tried something kind of neat.
Young.
Damn it, I actually let her win. Fuck.
Miss Takahashi to serve.
In my honor, you purchased Taco Bell. Let's go. Doing me proud.
15, love.
Dude, I might just win the one game and call this one. I don't think I want to do a whole fucking tournament of this.
Oh.
This is gonna be rough. I think one win is fine. Peak tennis simulation right here. This is clearly best in class.
15.
At least this game has an exit sign. Yeah, you can get the hell out when you're done. I mean, safety, of course.
Oh.
Damn it!
30,
I was just barely gonna hit on the line there. No, tennis is actually a pretty good workout. Legit.
40, 30.
Easy serve. Service ace, let's go. Damn it, she hit it. Shoot, I keep hitting out. When the AI actually does something, I don't know what to do. I'm not used to it actually doing something.
Advantage, Miss Takahashi.
Okay. Got the advantage. Just gotta secure the victory. Easy.
Miss Takahashi.
Alright, how many games are we playing here? Does this just keep going? Right? Like, eventually this is gonna end, right? The green chairs look very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Yeah, it's like some elementary school
Miss Young to serve.
opposite of ergonomic.
Love 15.
Yeah, the AI is just like actually brain dead in this game. I don't know if it's a setting I need to change or what.
Love.
But, like,
30.
it's so easy. It's stupid easy. And I'm like, if the tournament's gonna be this way, I have no reason in playing the
15,
tournament.
30.
Free veto. I mean, I'm just gonna call it beat, I think.
15.
I mean, if we
40.
win a single match and the AI isn't gonna get any harder, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Shit! We were at the match point when the shuffler's gotta do me like that. Scam. Win 6 games to win a set, win 3 sets to win a match. Because tennis has gotta be tennis. Turn off the caddy. Why? The caddy's like half the fun. Look at that shot path. I get an overhead map. I mean, it switches back and forth. I don't know. I like... The caddy's like half the charm.
Middle.
Okay, that was a really good shot. My long drive record. Let's go. Love this game. I love the... I was gonna say it's like digitized sprites. I think it's actually, at least for like the swings, it's actual FMV. Unless they just digitized a bunch of frames. I'm just playing a low-seeded opponent. They're trying their best. I'm just too good. No, I think the game is just borderline busted. I think we're gonna play a lot of dumb, easy games on that if I do a tournament mode playthrough. Went from least charming tennis to most charming golf, actually. This is good. You have to learn the holes and replay to win. Yeah, I messed up on the first hole when we first got this. Yeah, these older golf games don't mess around. Like, you need to know your shit. Okay, 95 yards. The 110. Oh, wait, I gotta adjust for wind. I'm thinking there. Hopefully that's enough power. Might be a little soft. Wow, that wind is really fucking bunker, dude. Damn it. And the wind is fucking severe. All right, 15 yards. Can I get out of this? Nature's got no chill. It does not. Okay, I'm gonna take that. Elementary's chairs are $90 a chair. That was a lame shot. Okay, for par, can we get this? Oh my god. Okay, 30 feet? Would you get unmodded for making a Nintendo poll? Well, what is the... I mean, you say Nintendo poll. I don't know what that means. That could mean a hell of a lot of things. I can't tell. It looks like maybe the ball's going to veer to the left a little bit. Are we truly any match for the athletic ability of Craig Stadler? I honestly don't know. We very well might not be. Kreb with a create a poll. Yeah, that card's a little outdated once you're mod. Okay, I'm gonna go like this. Shit! We're switching games. To Robo Pit, which I've played on PS1. I've actually completed this game on PS1, but I just love it enough. I figured we'd play more of it, because why not? really like this game. Also wanted to see how the Saturn version is. Also, welcome in Blowfire. Good ol' Altron. Is Heir of Zender on my game list? I've never heard of that one. Best Nintendo system. Yeah, why would you get banned for this crap? Do you really think I hate Nintendo? Sort of. Even though I just did 20 days of N64 shuffle, okay. Obviously Virtual Boy. Clearly the best one. Yeah, I totally hate Nintendo. That's why I've played so much N64 and GBA. Hey, there's Smell. How's it going? It's an RTS? Oh, yeah, I don't really mess with RTSs very often. That's probably why. Alright, we gotta make our robot. Pokemon Mini, not a choice for best Nintendo system. Hey there, Matt. Pokemon Mini. That's why you come here, Blowfire? Fucking Nintendo. Of course. Do I go? I kind of want to go with that. We got to go with the race car body. We're doing it. On 3 Saturn games, Heir of Zender, Madden 95 Daytona. Interesting cross section. I mean, Saturn games are hard to come by. At least you know, in the U.S. We got to go with a sword for one of the arms. Kreb gifting out 5 subs. Kreb, thank you so much, man. Thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Do appreciate it. In a good mood, you guess? Oh, I'm glad you're in a good mood. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Keeping an inkling of the hope for a Dreamcast roulette alive. Although, admittedly, tomorrow, it's probably the sub count's gonna drop pretty hard. Because my birthday stream was a month ago tomorrow. That one's gonna hurt. I need to mod people more often. Obviously. We're gonna call this bad boy Kyla. You guessed it.
Welcome to my domain.
Yeah, I'm probably after tomorrow. I'm probably gonna have to reset the sub goal. Yeah, it's been a month already. And there were a lot of gifted subs on that stream, so that number is gonna drop pretty hard. Alright. Saturn games or whatever you could find cheap. Fair enough. Hey there, Vash. Welcome in. Alright, so this game basically works. Essentially, you're trying to get up the ranks. So you fight robots that are higher ranks than you to increase your own skill level. It's actually a pretty fun system. We got our fucking race car body. You also, there's a cool mechanic. You get to steal arms from the other robots. This game's just a lot of fun. I really highly recommend it. Let's see, what's the special button in this? It's our jump. It might be L and R together. I honestly don't remember. The controls are going to be quite a bit different on Saturn than they are PS1. Yo, Nate. There you are. FF7 doesn't have any minigames this good, dang. 3 Dreamcast. Yeah, Dreamcast is one that has shot the hell up. I used to have a Dreamcast collection. I no longer do, unfortunately. Okay. Did I not get to steal an arm there? Or just gave me one? I wasn't paying full attention there, I'll be honest. Just get an ODE. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of team ODEs at this point. Yeah, you know what? I might start... I'm thinking probably the #1 enemy is going to be too hard to fight, but honestly, when I play this on PS1, I skipped up the #1 pretty quick and just, like, ground out levels that way. Hey, they're Brazilian. A true caring gamer. I like to think I care about y'all. I mean, you guys are what make the stream, right? Like I was saying earlier, like I'm honestly pretty bad at when chat is quiet. I kind of feed off the energy of the chat. I'm not gonna lie. It do be Robopit, Natsume. Welcome in. Let's go up to like 80. Let's see if I can deal with rank 80. Is there a game I willingly buy on multiple systems? I honestly might buy Road Rash when I get a Saturn, even though I already have it on 3DO. And I want to get the long box PS1 version. Yeah, definitely some of my favorite games ever. I don't mind owning multiple copies of. Even if, like, I have a main copy I'm gonna mostly play. I think these guys went on to make Simpsons Road Rage? Wait, what? This was the same company? Man, no wonder I like this game. I'm not gonna lie, this left arm seems like a waste. Shit. Big Bumpin' being one of them, of course. Yeah, Big Bumpin' I had to have multiple copies of course. I have Toy Story 2 on PC, N64, and PS1. That's a solid one to have multiple versions of. Fun game. Specifically the GBA port only. Yeah, the GBA version of Road Rage is very different from the console ones. I actually kind of prefer the GBA Road Rage to the console. Not gonna lie. 3 rounds. I could cheese it and turn it down to 1 round, but I won't. You have several indie roguelike games on PC and Switch. Hey there, hamster. How's the shovel going? Shovel's going okay. My stream fucking crashed. I'm still salty about it. 2 hours in, it just dies. We're doing okay, though. How's it going, hamster? You've had Overwatch on every single system. Yes, Overwatch. Yo, we gotta go this guy. Clearly. On most Breath of Fire releases and re-releases. There's only a couple of games I own multiple copies of. Admittedly, I do try to. If I'm gonna go buy a game, I usually try to get something I don't already have, but... I've got like multiple copies of Fallout 3 in New Vegas, so... I think we all have those games we care about that... If you're a collector, you want to have multiple games. I am just getting my ass beat. Okay, and we're switching games. Relate to the stream crash. Yeah, it rarely happens. I guess I should be lucky that it rarely happens. But when it does, it really annoys me. I'm a Fallout 3 New Vegas fan, and to some extent 4. I don't hate 4 like most people do. I also don't hate 76 like most people do. Not that 76 is a great game, but... Yeah, everything 3 and beyond I've had some fun with at some point. Particularly New Vegas. Not even out collecting for you, just want Capcom to make RPGs again. Fair. Yeah, 76 is also a lot better than it used to be. But honestly, I had my fun with it. I don't feel ripped off by that game. Especially because they... I will say it was very scummy of Bethesda to stop accepting returns on that game. Or refunds. I got a refund right before they stopped accepting it, and then I bought it way later for, like, way cheaper.
It's not a tumor.
Crap, thank you. It's not. Fallout 4 is fine if you can play it like an FPS. Well, really, that's the way I look at Fallout 4. I'm like, this is very clearly a FPS, a story-driven FPS with some light RPG elements, which I realize for a lot of like hardcore Fallout fans, it's not going to be what they want, but it worked for me. Sense of exploration in that game was great. The map was the biggest map they hadn't had to that point.
Bangle. Enjoy your stay.
Krebs getting all the audio cards. What was that just now? Sound like a monster. So this is Dark Savior. I believe this is like a multi-genre kind of hybrid. I've heard this is part RPG, part platformer, part action game. Usually destroy the remove game. Yeah, I've been thinking about maybe axing a few cards here and there. I don't know. I might do something in the Discord. Try and get a feel for like what cards people like the least. I mean, I could look at the statistics, but I feel like there's a few I probably need to get rid of. Rumor has it one of the team members is responsible for the killing.
Put that cookie down now.
I'm glad you're liking the audio cards, Crib. I did work kind of hard on those. I'm glad people like them. Prison Island is known to be inescapable and run by the notorious warden, Kurtligan. I'm assuming that's how you say that. I guess is the end of that dreaded monster Byland once he's sent to the island. I think it would be premature to think so. What do you mean? I'm afraid he'll probably manage to escape. But security is supposedly very good. They don't know how dangerous Byland really is, no matter how tightly they secure him. Hey, be careful. What if they can hear us? Look, the bounty team is about to get on board. What about that super cool, totally not lame Breath of Fire 6? Totally not lame. Perfect game. Hey, Guardian. Why don't you listen to me once in a while? You're a stubborn bounty hunter. I know you're just trying to fulfill your duty, but this voyage is too dangerous. There's no need for you to go. Leave the escort of Byland to Nick and Roland. Just leave it to them to do their job. If you don't want to go, now's the time to say so. Byland's no ordinary creature. You should know what a vicious monster Byland is. Isn't it strange, though? We want to use such a dilapidated ship to transport Byland. The agency's insane. It's better for you not to go. Stay with the team and take on less dangerous bounty assignments. It's no use, Sherry. Gary's never been a team player. Besides, this is a good chance to make a lot of money. Better be loaded on the ship. Really hoping this game was going to be sailor-centric? Yeah, I don't think so, unfortunately. Isometric camera giving you Pirates of the Caribbean GBA vibes. You're not even the first person to mention that game to me, weirdly enough. We must get going. Listen up, guys. Garion chose to take on this mission for himself. Don't try to stop him. I don't need to listen to you, agency spy. I'm no spy, I'm Jack. Yeah, the art's lovely here. Off we go. Yeah, I've heard very good things about this game. I don't know if this is a game we'll beat in the shuffler. My guess is probably not, but I'm not opposed to seeing where it takes us. What the hell is this? Oh, okay. Monster breaking out like it's nothing? Okay. Help! Please, somebody help! Help! Ugh! He's dead. Yo, that shadow casting? That was some great visual work there. What the? What's wrong? You're dripping with sweat. I just had an awful dream. Oh yeah, I too had a bad dream. What was your dream about? Can't remember much of it. Vineland escaped from the ship and he went through a metamorphosis on Jailer's Island. Wow, that's the exact dream I had. Darian, what's that flower in your bounty hunter's handbook? It's a blue rose. What's a blue rose doing? Hey there, Monica. Sorry you're late. The Jake Paul boxing match just finished up. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing. Almost every crew member's been killed in such a short time. Take a look around for yourself. Split up and look for Roland. Or not. Oh my god, the audio on this one's so bad. I'm tempted to veto this game. We only have one veto available, but... This one's pretty rough. Did Jake Paul lose? You won't spoil it. Is anybody actually gonna watch it? I am kind of curious. I shouldn't be. I don't know why I care about Jake Paul. But here we are. Jesus Christ. Yeah, if I game over on this game, I'm probably gonna veto it. Fire! Reminds me of when I was playing through Silent Scope on GBA. I think, what did they say? It was like, calm down. Or something like that. And it was just like, it kept repeating. I mean, I game overed. Yeah, I'm thinking we remove this one. I hate to use my first veto this quick, but this one just runs like trash, and I don't really care to play more of it, so I think I'm gonna veto it. I didn't want to do a veto so quickly, but honestly, not worth it. I only played 10 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of it. What can you do? One called Monster Trucks on GBA. It's so poor the truck had no animations, and the sound design was yeah, no, audio on GBA can be terrible sometimes. 10 minutes was enough on that one. Yeah, I kind of feel the same on that. Okay, let's see how center ring boxing plays here.
Round one.
Round one. Oh boy. It's a little stiff. Not gonna lie. This game's a little stiff. SEGA loves their chonky pixel. Yeah, they're like really obvious polygons. Oh, that was short. Style Detroit, did it say that? Detroit style. Majesco is the GBA version of LJ, and pretty much, yeah. Yeah, no, a lot of Majesco is crap on GBA. Alright, this is when I saw Sharpie play. When he was still doing his Saturn challenge, where I think he finished. This is an Atlas published racing title. It looks really good. I'm hoping it delivers. Could I beat Jake Paul? No, yes, Kyle beats Jank. 3DO beats both. Sharpie's on holiday. Nice. I'm glad he's getting a bit of a rest. Which means nobody can afford this, right? I don't know if this came out in Japan. I would assume yes. I don't know if the Japanese version's a little more affordable. Actually, I think the US version's like less than $100. Which I realize is not nothing, but for an Atlas published Saturn game, doesn't seem like the worst. He hated this game? No. It looks so good though. Still gonna sub, your card hasn't been working. Dad, no rush. Bro, your financial security, and if a card's not working, you don't have to apologize. I'll be okay. Sub when you can. It's more than I can ask for. This game's easy, 10 out of 10 Blowfire. Alright, we're going with type F. You know what he says about playing a game casually versus actually finishing? Well, true. Very true. I don't know. I hope I beat this and enjoy the whole thing. Just steal your mom's credit card. The obvious answer. Oh, is this one that's gonna stutter? I hope not. This came to America. Well, I was wondering if it released in Japan. I knew it came out in America. Sell your game collection. No, if it got that bad, I mean, I've been thinking about doing like some DoorDash lately, honestly. If it ever got that bad, I got a collection I could sell. I don't think it'll ever get to that point, but Kyle beats Jank and 3DO beats both tied, of course. Oh, this came to PS1? As peak performance. I didn't realize it's got a PS1 version. I thought this was exclusive. God damn it. The rival's like right behind us. Is it confirmed the Steakhouse Burrito's never coming back? Taco Bell seems to have no plans of bringing it back. One of the streamers you watched has Uber on the side. They stream their Uber. I feel like that's gotta be a little tricky though, getting like permission to film other people though. Nate, you got a McRib yesterday. I haven't been able to get one. I went the other night specifically to get one, and it was like 1 o'clock, and they're like, we don't do McRib past midnight. I'm like, man. Bummer. Shit. Past midnight is optimal McRib eating time. Exactly. I'm like, don't do it past midnight. Serving the rest of the menu. I'm a little bummed this one's stuttering. It mostly seems to be the audio, but I think even the actual gameplay is stuttering a bit. I can drift in this, I'm just not doing it, Wesley. What? I pulled up a couple drifts. Come on, give me some credit. Yo, we got it. There we go. Late night McRib degenerate. I'm just late night degenerate, period. I don't think that's a news to anybody. You're a Wendy's employee, you have the insider info. Wendy's is solid too. Missed the XXL Chalupa. I don't think I ever had the XXL Chalupa. I drift IRL? No. I don't know about that Mazda CX-5 drift ability. Next heat. In Japan, Taco Bell has a cinnamon twist sundae. That actually sounds really good. McRib is delightful trash. That's a good way of putting it. Throw some jalapenos on it at home. Bada bing, bada boom. So is that yellow now that it means I beat it? I assume. I hope it's marking these as complete when I'm finishing them. If it's a Japanese car, it can drift. Without fail. All the time. You know, the CX-5 is actually... I got it because it's like... You know, it's got a decent amount of space. Like, it's a practical car, but it's also got a little bit of... Just like a little bit of sportiness. Yeah, that's a lot of heats. Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm like, goddamn. Oh shit, did it switch to manual? I don't know when that happened. Oh shit. Yeah, wait, why is it manual? Hold on. Oh my god. Fuck. This is the game I should have vetoed. This game I still have no idea what I'm doing with. Same here, man. It's your fancy Civic. Yeah, it's like I wanted a mix of like a practical car, but also one that's like kind of fun to drive. Dude, I've been on this boss for the last 2 shuffles of this game. I have no idea what to do. Like, literally 0 idea. Part of me's hoping we figure it out, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I have a Mazda CX-5. Yeah, this game is very Rayman reminiscent. Yo, Chris, good seeing you, man. Happy Saturday. Hopefully you're having a good one. At this point, I'm just waiting for the game to switch. Surprised there was no raid, Hallion? No raids. At least not yet. Well, actually, no. Chazzy raided at the beginning of stream. That's a lie. I lied. Doing good. Tired of it. 7 shifts in 4 days. My lord, man. They're overworking you. The stream, yeah, the stream broke. OBS crashed. I'm still kind of mad about it, but I'll get over it. How's the Saturn been? Pretty good. Pretty good for the most part. Although, we've gotten a couple games where I'm like, especially like this game, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Nate with the totally real raid. Showing me is completely offline. Yeah. Again, annoying. Because I know some people that are watching and that happens. They're just like, oh, I guess he's offline now. I'm just like, great. Thanks, OBS. I don't know what to do here. As much as I needed to veto Sky Target, I kind of wish I could veto this. I need to beat another game, goddamn. That's the any of Sky Target, you literally miss nothing. Bubble the tadpoles, then you jump. Are you fucking... I tried that before. Are you kidding me? Well, I've lost like all my lives here, so I'm glad I figured that out now. What are you watching? I don't know. Most fun car I've driven? I admittedly have not driven a lot of like super fun cars. My mom does have a pretty nice Mustang V6. I forget what year it is. It's a newer one, but that one's pretty fun to drive. Yeah, that was a stupid ass fight. I'm like actually mad. I lost like 4 lives on that fight. fish. I get to choose one. We gotta go with the big fish. Did not get to play this one for long when you tried it. You did see the pissing man. Yeah, we definitely saw that too. That was not what I was expecting. Hey there, transgender fire. Welcome in. Kreb gifting out a sub to Dat. Kreb with the generous gifted subs tonight. Thank you, Kreb. Thanks for hooking up with that. Oh, Twitch bitrate. I'm sure it's going to have a field day with this one. Oh boy, those teeth. Yeah, I'm not sure how long we're going to play this for. I honestly, like, if I get another veto, this might be one of the first ones we delete. What? I can't jump on it? What 2D platformer can you not jump on enemies? You have to bubble them first. Damn game. I do like the aesthetic here. I don't even know how I did that, but cool. I'll take it. What the hell is happening? What the fuck? I can't kill the ghosts? It's just gonna haunt me now? Thank God it's over. Game makes me feel drunk. You've only had one beer. Yeah. Yeah, no, it honestly, that game's like an LSD trip. I don't know what the hell is happening. Just realized what Chris's sub count was at. Yeah, you can't touch it now. Gotta keep it 420. I love that the first and third are 420 and 69. I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, so Mortal Kombat 2. The bullshittiest of Mortal Kombats. We are definitely turning up credits and turning down difficulty. And that should be good. This game is good. It's just the AI is absolute nonsense. Great game, just playing against the computer is hell. Horrendous AI, actually.
Put that cookie down now.
Chris found the audio cards. Let's go.
Fight.
Man, I've played so much Mortal Kombat Trilogy lately that this feels strange to me. I'm out of my element. What Street Fighter is this? Hey there, Falcon. Good seeing you. How are you doing?
Fight.
Well, this is already going swimmingly. Shit. Okay, wow. I'm rusty on MK2, clearly.
Fatality.
Shit. B, low punch, low kick, block will carry me. I mean, usually I do all right. I think I just need to warm up to this game. I'm so used to Trilogy as of recent. This one just feels a lot different.
Fight.
Like, a lot slower. I think Trilogy is a much quicker game. There we go. Just, freeze an uppercut. Alright.
Fight.
Trilogy is also on Saturn. It was just, I was burned by the N64 version. I figured we'd try this one. Although, I know the AI is bullshit on this one, so I don't know why I think this one's gonna treat me better somehow. Monarch with the Blade Blunder. Praise Ridley Scott. Once it switches games here. Did you miss any Die Hard? We did play a little Die Hard yesterday. War Gods for Saturn? If War Gods is on Saturn, I'm not playing it.
Fight.
Chris checking out the sub goal. I will say probably tonight's the last night for the sub goal. Cause my birthday stream was the 30th of last month and I got a bunch of subs. The number's gonna drop pretty hard tomorrow. Sad Dreamcast. Yeah, I mean we tried. We tried. Maybe someday. Damn, I got absolutely destroyed by Raiden. Do I have Rayman in here? I actually do not. Hey there, Tillich.
Fatality.
Wanna know what's annoying? You just got better and you're sick again? I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully you recover. That's always a bummer. A potential that went to shit. I mean, it's Sega had screwed up so much before. It screwed up so much before the Dreamcast that just consumer confidence was just gone.
Fight. Well done.
Chris with 2 packs. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for the packs. Hopefully you get some cards you want. Alright, Battle Arena Toshinden Remake. Oh, right. This game was, like, oddly difficult. Yeah, we're gonna turn it to easy. This game was shockingly hard. And also way jankier than I remember. Hey there, Torin. Welcome in. Had Dreamcast at the time, didn't know anyone else at your school with one. You were clearly the cool kid on the block.
Anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, Toshinden does have a Saturn port, and either it's worse than the PS1, or I just don't remember how bad this game is. Gotta be honest. It's one of those two. You know, I think honestly for Dreamcast, I'll probably wait till I get a console. Although modding a console, I don't know. Dreamcast is expensive, unfortunately. Got a PS2 and a Dreamcast, which is funny because a lot of early PS2 games are just Dreamcast ports.
Big guy, aren't you? Just my
Bro, it
type.
plays burn discs.
Will
Yeah, but then
you
I gotta
let
have a
me
spindle
win?
of discs around, you know?
Sorry,
Hey,
but
the
I
retro.
can't do that. My family is waiting.
I can't back down.
I mean, I
either.
kind of like the
I guess
disc-seeking
we
noise
all
on the
have our own
Dreamcast. Not
problems.
gonna lie.
So neither one can let the other win. I don't want to fight a woman. But
You
my
don't?
family's in danger.
It's nostalgic for me.
Don't hold back because of me. Ready?
I think after the Genesis, like the Dreamcast was like my second big retro console I got, and I still to this day remember the sound it made.
Bout 1, fight!
Yeah, I don't know. Dreamcast maybe in the future. I feel like I've got my hands full though with Saturn, and still need to do some PS1. Need to get back onto PS1. PS2 importing. I got a lot to play. I have no shortage of games, that's for sure. Yeah, this game's way fucking jankier than I remember. It is slow. It is awkward. I remember defending this game. I do really, part of me still likes it though. Power Stone and Project Justice are the only games you want on Dreamcast Retro. 2 games, that's it. It's not many. Wife thought your Dreamcast was broken, how loud it was. Yeah, it's pretty notoriously loud.
Fire wave! Fire wave!
Wait till we get to Dead or Alive. I honestly didn't get to add Dead or Alive because it was one of those games that was having resolution issues. Oh, this is a good time to plug, actually. Chazzy is planning on doing Dreamcast later this year here, into next year. So if I don't get the Dreamcast, you at least got somebody in retro getting to it.
Fire wave! Fire wave!
Come on now. We got him. Yes, there we go. Chris with the Wilson. I see you're wearing the Paper Kyle shirt while watching the stream. Wow. Chris rocking the merch. The little known merch. Have there been other good Saturn games on the shuffle besides Sonic R? I'd say the vast majority of the games have been pretty good. In fact, you're probably one of the few that would be like, Sonic R is one of the better games on here. I do like Sonic R though. Quite a bit. Yeah, we played a little bit of elevator action earlier. Really liked that one. Oh shit. Of course there's ring outs in this. I just flung off the stage like an idiot. It's your main shirt you wear, Chris. I'm so glad you like it.
But my family is waiting.
Yeah, Teespring does a decent job with the materials they use. They're like actually really comfortable shirts.
Anytime, anywhere.
This isn't how you remember Toshin, and neither do I have to say. Nights into Dreams is on the Shuffler. Torin, there is a games list if you want to check it.
Big guy, aren't you? Just my type.
Sonic Arts controls have a learning curve. They definitely do.
Sorry.
They definitely do. Yeah, no, you can't really... Sonic R is not one of those games you just jump into without at least a little bit of practice.
Round 1, fight!
I don't know, I'm thinking maybe my perception of this game is skewed because I played this pretty early on when I started playing fighting games. But yeah, now it feels, it's just like off. I did not add Christmas Nights, just the regular one. Konami discussed trying to launch their own console in the 80s. That would have been interesting to see. Probably choose Genesis over SNES, like fast-paced game. Yeah, Genesis definitely, I feel like, had more in terms of like quick pick up and play kind of arcadey titles, which I definitely prefer. Which is probably why I tend to favor the Genesis a little better.
Fire wave!
There we go, we definitely got it. Yeah, speaking of fast-paced games, this game is definitely not that.
Anytime, anywhere.
I don't remember it being this clunky and slow, but again, I think I didn't know better when I played it. I think I just didn't know better.
Good fight, big man. Now, go ahead.
What are you talking about? You won. You're the one who gets to go.
You fight for others. I am fighting only for myself. Now go.
No, your quest means as much as mine. I'll be all right.
I don't seem to recall the
Find another way
PS1
to
version
get
having
there.
these
Go on.
cutscenes.
I won't forget your sacrifice.
Am I just forgetting that the original had cutscenes, or was this added to Remix? I want to say it was added in. Don't think it did, but you're more familiar with 3.
What?
Yeah, I don't remember
You are a
these in the
woman.
original.
You noticed. Don't relax, I warn you. You might really get hurt.
These are a Saturn exclusive.
don't
I was gonna
fight
say,
women.
yeah, like I don't remember
You have
Sophia
better
being
leave.
Russian.
Don't make demands of me, little boy. If you don't have the confidence to fight me, say so.
You cannot speak like this to a knight.
PS1 they took them out, or did they add them for the Saturn? Real question. This is the Room quality act. Yeah, it's not exactly the best voiceover work I've ever heard.
One, fight!
Aurora Revolution!
Oh, that's right. I still need to do a blade blunder. Okay. Monica, I'm gonna get to that here
Southern Cross.
once it switches games. I was gonna say, if there's a game it switches to where I could kill some time, that would be good.
Thundering!
Shit, facing the wrong way. Damn it. Oh yeah, it was hard to port games to Saturn. Yeah, I don't know. There were a lot of factors into why the Saturn didn't succeed, but
Bout 2, fight!
I'm just glad it did really well in Japan, and the games are at least somewhat affordable if you're shopping imports.
Southern Cross.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the games list for the shuffler.
Revolution!
I think it's a really solid set for the most part. Had to throw a little bit of jank in, of course. I couldn't have no jank, but a lot of these games I was really excited to try out. Come on. Oh my god, what a time to switch. What a fucking time to switch. Imagine having exclusives like Sonic or Mario. I mean, the Saturn has some decent exclusives, but yeah, I don't think anything is as high profile as Sonic or Mario. Do I ever play horror games? You know, I've been kind of avoiding horror games this month. Just because everybody else is doing them right now. Oh shit, I died. Fuck. I game over. Wait, we only have 1 credit? Yo, what? But yeah, I don't know. I might play some horror games on the 31st. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I just figured, let me provide something that not everybody else is doing. I have to start at the beginning of the level anyway. I might as well. I'm gonna be at 0 credits. I said board games instead of horror. I have played some, like, board games, essentially board game video games. They can be kind of a vibe. Outside of Halloween, is it a genre or void or just neutral? I mean, the games are usually long, and they don't really fit the way I stream very often, to be honest. And I personally don't find survival horror. I mean, they can be fun to watch. I just get the feeling a lot of them, people, like, probably, if they're gonna watch them, they probably just want to play them for themselves. I don't know. I know that's a generalization, but I find them a little funky to stream, because some of those games have, like, some pretty severe downtime at points. And I streamed them pretty early on into my I was gonna say streaming career. I hate the word career. But early on, I'd say like within the first 6-12 months of streaming, I did some survival horror games, and it's like, yeah, there's some really like down moments in those games where like there's not a whole lot going on, and I feel like I can't make things that interesting. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. And so much jank. Oh, fucking Crazy Chase. I tried to like Crazy Chase, I really did. Genesis Virtua Fighter. What, Virtua Fighter 2? I know Virtua Racing had a big... Yeah, Virtua Racing has like this huge cartridge. We were talking about it earlier because Virtua Racing is on the list. That game retailed for $100 back in the day. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with survival horror. You're either really into it or you're really not. I mean, I just find they don't typically do like the best on my streams, so I don't really actively seek them out. And again, especially this month, I'm like everybody and their mother is playing survival horror games. Nothing wrong with that. Just, you know, I want to do something different. 6th year, generally not a fan of horror stuff, so Twitch in October is typically not a great time. I was going to say, yeah, I looked through my follows list. It's like everybody's playing freaking horror games. I'm like, yeah, let me do something that's not that. So people have, the people that don't care as much have something to watch. Just kind of how I feel about it. Thanks for calling you out, Chris. You are literally far from the only one. Very far from the only one. And I don't blame you guys. Honestly, October is a fun month. I get why people do it. I totally do. I played a horror game this month. Played an indie horror game on PS5. I mean, in fact, I bought a couple of horror games that I may stream on the 31st. We'll see. We'll see. But I knew from the get-go I didn't want to do horror games the whole month. Here be no worries, Chris. See you soon. Oh yeah, Virtual Racing runs really well on the Saturn. That's why I do what you did, Juker. Spoop-themed games. That is the way to do it, honestly. Like Scooby-Doo and shit. I mean, the thing is, like, there's like, I don't know, I feel like I've played a lot of the good Scooby-Doo games at this point. I've played Night of 100 Frights. I've played Cyber Chase. Falcon with the 100. Thank you, Falcon. Potato. Did not play one scary game. And you've played them all before? Spooky adjacent, yeah. Oh, we are so close here. Yeah, this game could kind of use a hold the fire, like a turbo. Oh shit, am I dead? Oh, that's close. Dude, my thumb's getting tired. There we go, got him. Promise a no jump scares guarantee, Juker. Yeah, jump scares, I mean, a lot of times jump scares are just like really cheap ways to get a quick scare out of people. Yeah, good atmosphere goes a long way. Monica with the tier list spoiler for Panzer Dragoon Orta. Dude, I haven't played that game in ages. From what I remember, I'd give it a solid A. A minus, maybe. Great OG Xbox exclusive that people don't really talk about that often. That was my first experience with Panzer Dragoon. I remember renting that from Hollywood Video. Oh, speaking of. Scary Maze? I've actually played Scary Maze. We need a blade blunder here. Okay, this is a short one. So this is from a book called Future Noir, The Making of Blade Runner. Great book. The titles in the $1 million movie marquee, which can be seen across the street from Sebastian's apartment building, change between shots when Pris hides herself under the trash and Sebastian drives up in his armadillo van. Mismatch was a result of the Blade Runner production crew spending over a week on location in downtown LA at the Bradbury building. During that period, the $1 million movie, which then is now 1995, is a real and still operating movie theater, was showing Spanish language films, and the theater had a program change between the night Daryl Hannah's solo scenes were shot and the night William Sanderson's scenes with her were shot. Contrary to the rumor, the titles on the marquee are not some sort of Spanish language in-joke inserted by Ridley Scott. Which, yeah, if you do watch the film, the marquee for that theater does change and the titles change. And I'm sure people were like, oh, Ridley Scott obviously handpicked what those marquees said. It's like, no, they literally shot on location and that's just like what happened to be playing. Kind of cool. Ah, yes, try Rush Deppy. Excellent. Using a plastic chair and carpet, jumped backwards, the chair got stuck on the carpet, fell on your back. Pro plays. I think they told me exactly. Oh, wait. We got this. Somehow I was kind of like hovering there. Oh, shit. This game is a Japanese exclusive. This game goes for some fucking money, let me tell you. This one be expensive. Wow, that was short. Oh, yes, Waku, though. This game kicks ass. This is one of my favorite games on the shuffler. This is Waku Waku 7. I absolutely love this one. Fuck jump scares, you'll get a very cheap shot of dopamine you'll not remember later on. It's not even that scary, it's just loud. Yes, agreed, Juker. This was originally a Neo Geo game. Yeah, this game only came out in Japan on the Neo Geo, the Saturn, and I want to say one other console. I don't remember, though. Tailsos, welcome in. I cannot complain. My Saturday's going well. Other than OBS crashing halfway through stream. It's on Fightcade. Yeah, it's great. I highly recommend you. If you like fighting games at all, this is a must, if you ask me. Juker loves October themes, hates scary. This has been Juker's TED Talk. Torin with the tier list spoiler for ECW Hardcore Revolution. I have to think if I played that game. Did I play that one? The PS1 version? I don't know. Those ECW games kind of blend together for me. We played that in Backstage Assault. Backstage Assault was terrible. Hardcore Revolution, I honestly don't remember very well. Curious about the uptime. Yeah, OBS screwed me over. Got him on swallowed Snorlax. Shit, we're close here. Oh, God. No, come on. Damn it. Gonna have to use my first continue here. Yeah, we've been streaming for about 3.5 hours. Back with PB&J, the classic. Am I gonna give you a spoiler or what, Torn? I don't know what I'd rank that game. It'd be pretty low. It would be like probably D tier. The thing is, I barely remember it. That's not a good sign. 3.5 hours rookie numbers for 24. I've done 124. I'm not doing it again. That ain't happening. What if the whole retro game collector's scam will last long enough to see Wii Sports go for some ludicrous price? I mean, it depends on your definition of ludicrous. I think Wii Sports already goes regularly for about $30. Do a 25-hour stream then. I barely made it through 24. Listen, I'm not putting my body through turmoil for that. I like you guys, but come on. Unless I'm getting paid well at that point. I ain't doing a full day stream. There we go. Just need a Sonic G Fuel tub. That'll do it. Great thing about wrestling games are the slight roster change. Yeah, and see, I'm not that familiar with fighting, or with wrestlers. That like a slight roster change is gonna make a game for me, you know? I don't know. I think it's a little crazy to call retro game collecting a scam, because it's like, well, the market is dictated by the buyers. People are willing to pay the prices that shit's going for. It's not really a scam. Would I like the prices to be lower? Of course, but you'd put Ludicrous at 10x MSRP. I can't think of many games that go for that much. So $600 or more. I mean, that's a pretty small fraction of the entire market, honestly. Very few games go for that much, and that's mostly graded games. Graded games is a whole other thing that I don't necessarily want to get into. Yeah, I'd prefer not to go down the graded route. I will just say I will never grade anything that I own. That's all I'm gonna say. Somebody else wants to grade their shit, I don't care. Don't care. By all means, go for it. Bid war inflation. I mean, speculators are gonna screw with the market if they want. I don't think that naturally makes the value higher. I think that's just... it's people trying to screw with the market, and it doesn't really... It doesn't... It should not affect the average price a proper collector is going to pay. Only time you find it annoying is in secondhand shops. All the PS1 games are like $4 or four pounds. The good ones are like 25. I mean, that's kind of where the market is, though. Taking graded games out of the equation, I think. I think a lot of the more sought-after PS1 games are going to go for $20+. Okay, how do I use my super here? I guess I'm not going to find out. Dog ate half your Genesis cases? Rip. That's a bummer. Damn it. I was enjoying it. I'm hoping Waku Waku 7 is one of the games we beat tonight. You know what you haven't seen all night? Night Striker S. We're like almost done with that game. I really want to get back to that one. See it as a hobby, considering how easy it is to emulate. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, if you have that big of a problem with the prices, just emulate. Like, honestly. If you don't want to pay the prices, don't. I really only buy the games that really matter to me, that I think I'm going to replay. I should say really matter to me, because I buy some trash, but like, trash I think that would be fun to stream, you know? I really only buy stuff I can see myself playing and replaying. There's a lot of games I play once on stream and I will probably never touch again. And those games I don't need to own. Just don't need to own them. There's no point. They're available elsewhere. Now, if a game is available, you know, currently, or it's gotten re-released or something like that, I almost always buy the re-release. Or get an original copy, but a lot of these games straight up just aren't available anywhere else. And the only way I'd get it is by paying somebody secondhand for it. But yeah, I'm definitely pro emulation. I'm anti not giving developers, publishers money if they have rights to something. Mario Tennis on the Virtual Boy, honestly, I might give that a... I almost said S. I kind of want to give it an S. I love that game. I'll probably go A. S might be overdoing it a bit. That was my favorite game on the Virtual Boy, though, Mario Tennis. Great version. Super fun. The Virtual Boy 3D was actually kind of cool on it. I'm pro pirate. I think you straight up didn't hear what I just said. Yeah, if it's possible to buy on the current gen, you should buy the re-release. %. If devs, rights holders can still make money off of it, they deserve to do so. But a lot of these games are abandonware, pretty much. Companies soiling themselves about people emulating 20-plus-year-old games not currently available is entirely their fault. Yes. Which is why, in those cases, I'm pro-emulation. What do you think about how Switch handles their retro catalog? It's a mixed bag, because the Virtual Console to me was such a better system. The only issue is that, of course, you have to buy every game you want to play on the Virtual Console. But the selection was so much better. So it's like, yeah, it's included with Switch Online, but the library is so much smaller. I wish there was some way... I don't know. I don't think they're going to increase the library a whole hell of a lot. Time to lurk and sleep, Torrent. No worries. Enjoy. I definitely will. Yes. Yeah, pro emulation does not mean pro piracy. Those two are not required to be the same. I mean, you can play the Switch Online games online. I mean, it's Switch Online. But yeah, no, their library is just weak. It's weak. It's honestly weak. There's plenty of good games missing from that service. And I don't know how to feel about N64 being like an expansion pass that they're charging more for. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't fully agree with the approach they're taking. If you were the developer of some shady, forgotten Genesis game you'd love people could download it for free and keep the memory alive. Right, like, if there's no way that that game's gonna get re-released, it's like, at that point, just let people play it. Yeah, no, I definitely think game preservation is hugely important. And the fact that, luckily, there are people out there that are because the game companies aren't willing to preserve their shit. You know, they're not doing a good job. So somebody's got to pick up the slack. And unfortunately, a lot of it is, you know, maybe a gray area in terms of legality. But it's like, well, somebody's got to do it, or else these games are just going to be forgotten to the ether. Why spend thousands of dollars on a copy of a game that's super expensive you want to try, but the game's probably shit? Yeah, right. It's like, and especially if the game's thousands of dollars on the, it's on the secondhand market, right? No game launches for thousands of dollars. So that thousands of dollars you're spending on that game is not going to anybody that developed or published the game, right? So it's kind of ridiculous to, I don't think any, from what I've seen in Retro, I don't think anybody's really like that. Like, how dare you not buy the physical product? But like, to anybody that is, it's like, what, you want me to spend thousands of dollars on a secondhand copy of a game that I may or may not even enjoy? Like, never understood that. Some games are hundreds and they're really good games, but the price is just steep. Yeah, and it's like, can't quite justify that expense. This game is definitely jankier than I expected. Sabaki. I always make the joke on your stream, you either overclock your consoles or you play real fake hardware, yes. Own every single game ever in your tiny apartment, of course, right? That's what I say. I'm like, yeah, I have all these games. This reminds me of some bargain bin PS1. I mean, I guess, you know, it's Saturn, so it's close, but this feels decidedly more PS1 than Saturn to me. I don't know why that is. I guess I've just played some really shitty PAL PS1 games, so it reminds me of that. This is no Ready to Rumble, yeah. It's no Kenshi the Sacred Fist, legit. Oh boy, this is real bad. I am think level, guys. Think level, easy. The think level is now on easy. All right, let's see if that helps me at all. That normal think AI was absurd. This is a Saturn exclusive. I wonder why it never got ported elsewhere. Can't imagine why. Speculators poo-pooing emulation? Yeah, I think so. Most of the people in Retro are pretty good about that kind of thing. At least from what I've seen. Well, yeah, what annoys me about the speculators is, like, most of them don't even, like, play their games. I'm like, I'd much rather be the guy that has played more games than he owns than own a shit ton of games and haven't played, like, any of them, you know? Okay, easy definitely helped me out here. This game's actually playable now. I've heard many collectors just say, like, yeah, it's not worth jumping in right now. And I immensely respect their ability to be able to acknowledge that. Don't want to be you. No, I have an incredible backlog too. No, the backlog's always an issue. I think for any gamer. Damn it. What's Monday's plan? The current plan is there is no plan. Yeah, I don't have one. I do have some, I could show off some games right now. But I'm tempted to also keep it a surprise. Oh my god, the kicks just open up. Yeah, like imagine if I bought this game, right? Like, I will never play this again after tonight, let's be real. I'm so glad I got to try this without having to pay for it. But Halloween, I mean, I might play a spooky game for Halloween. We'll see. Again, I could show off some games, but I also don't necessarily want to spoil. Bob Barker, he kind of does look a little Bob Barker-esque. You know, I'd punch more, but they barely seems to fucking do anything. Oh my god. I forgot I put Rise 2 on here. Monica with the one-word review for Ghostbusters the game. That's a good question. I really like that game a lot. I'd probably say, I guess if one word, probably faithful. Like, it just felt like a love letter to the original couple movies. And the fact they got the whole cast back. We go from mid to worse. Wesley, you're calling the last one mid? I don't know if I agree with that. That seems far worse than mid. It's like car collectors that never drive or work on what they have. Yeah, for sure. Well, the game preservation's a good thing. Yeah, was the last game worth preserving? I think every game is worth preserving. Even if you think a game's trash. Why does the difficulty have 23 settings? Why is that a thing? I think the default was 12. Bro, what? Doesn't Resurrection already imply Rise? It's Rise of the Robots. You're expecting quality and thought? Yeah, no. We gotta play Cyborg. Basically the mascot of Rise of the Robots. Just because you don't like art or a piece of art fails to achieve its aims doesn't make it not art. It just means it's bad art, yeah. I don't think any game is worth, like, not being preserved in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, right? Because there's so many games that... And, like, who's to say what deserves to be preserved and not preserved? Like, think about all the games I would never have tried had I just been like, you know, this game's gonna be shit. Why even bother? I don't know. I found some good games by having an open mind. The sequel was not any, but I don't know. It is pretty bad, but it might be better than the first game. I may slightly argue. Although I can kind of just jump kick and it seems to be working. You seem stuck. Nice. You and that last one was not worth it. You are the arbiter of whether games deserve to be preserved or not. I wish I had that level of self-importance. I mean, hell, I like to think I have an open mind, but I'll fully admit, sometimes certain games just do not do it for me. And imagine if I were to say, yeah, this game shouldn't be preserved. Like, who am I to say that? I don't think anybody's really to say any of that. I think all games should be preserved, regardless of the quality. And people can come to their own conclusion. Especially open-minded with JRPGs. I just don't think they're that great to stream for me. I mean, we've discussed this. I don't need to beat a dead horse here. Yeah, so far I'm seeing no reason not to just use the kick. Damn, this guy's fast. Who got who there? Shit. Looks like a robot frog, legit. Killer Instinct vibes, like a really off-brand discount Killer Instinct. Holy shit, this game is bad. I forget if there's limited continues in this or not. I hope they're unlimited. Yeah, this franchise was supposed to be like one of the next big yeah, there's limited continues, of course. This was supposed to be like a big fighting game franchise, and it just like, it died before it even had a chance. I could quit it and play, what, Dragon Ball Z? Dragon Ball Z on PS... Both of the Dragon Balls on PS1 are terrible. Oh, Genesis Balls. I kind of like balls. Well, there's no space between the L and the Z there. You threw me off. I have the 3DO version. I'm actually kind of a fan of that game. Hey there, Linko de Mayo. Cyborg, you love Teen Titans. Not quite the same Cyborg. Okay, we gotta win. Wait, do B and C do the exact same thing? Yeah, they wanted to make merchandise, a cartoon. They tried to sell it by being like, hey, Brian May did some composing for it. Which was like, I think sort of true for the second game. I think it was basically a lie for the first game. You know what we haven't gotten in a little bit? A nice racing title. Or freaking Night Striker S. I've been waiting all night to see Night Striker S again. This is pretty much Battle in the Boston Dynamics warehouse, pretty much. Where's all the good racers? Yeah, come on now. We're getting a bunch of shitty fighting games. Engage. This or Toshinden, I mean, at least this moves kind of quick. I don't know, it's like, do you want, like, shitty and fast, or, like, slow as molasses? It's like, pick your poison. I don't know if one's necessarily inherently better than the other. If only Balls was on Saturn, honestly. There we go. Racing game. This is more like it. Highway 2000. We got discount Ridge Racer. Yeah, and 3D. Imagine that. Okay, so we need to get a top 3 placement here to move on. Imagine playing this after owning Gran Turismo. I would imagine this came out after, or before, excuse me. At least I hope. Come on now. Can I restart? I can't restart the race, damn it. They force you to own up to your mistakes. But Rage Racer, like 2003, still enjoyed it. I mean, Rage Racer is decent. I don't know, Rage Racer's weird though, because it's like essentially Ridge Racer without the visual flair and like the music and the charm of Ridge Racer. So it's like a Ridge Racer game without like the spirit of Ridge Racer. I don't know if that makes sense. Playing it felt kind of weird because I'm just like, yeah, this is like Ridge Racer, but where's like the hype music and the flashy visuals and, you know, it's kind of a weird, strange entry. Shit, we got 5th. Maybe that's why it's called Rage and not Ridge. Yeah, it didn't work for me. It felt like they were going too far the other way. Like, we're going to make a brooding, like, dark, complex racer. And it's like, it's Ridge Racer. Come on. Again, not that it was bad. I was just, when it's tied to a series like that, it's kind of hard to take it for what it is. Okay, that was it for that one. Afterburner. You know, actually, I need to go use the restroom real fast. I am going to pause the emulator. I will be right back, guys. Give me like a minute and a half. This game's nothing like the future where all the face masks. Too soon. I've honestly kind of tuned out some of the sound effects in this. I'm past the point of even listening. I'm here on a mission to finish it. I've never played SCI. I think we're gonna play both. There's no way to adjust credits, it looks like. We get 5 credits. Even the shuffler didn't want to play Baku. Poor Baku. Didn't deserve that fate. I have lots of trouble. Spit an item out. This is gonna take too long. This is gonna take too long. Go. Ah! Please. Oh my god. So the levels are on a timer. Okay, we want to go up this way if I remember right. Gotta make the demo. Alright, I'm back, guys. Thank you for waiting. We are back. What did I miss? Mortal Kombat, they really did get the success they were chasing. There's so many clones of it, yeah, for sure. Had to tap out a war gun. I had to do it. We weren't getting anywhere in that game. We weren't getting anywhere. We kept getting to the final boss just to game over. And I'm like, I can only do this for so long. Lynx is one of the hardest games you ever played? Same. Very much same. We're going to try normal on Afterburner here. I am going to increase the amount of lives, but we'll see if I can handle normal. I've actually never played... I think I played Afterburner 3 on the Sega CD. I think that's the only Afterburner I've played. And this looks very close to the arcade. Especially compared to playing a Sega CD version before this. Vampire Savior has come up. Actually, a couple times today. I'm already dead? Shit. I didn't realize there was an Afterburner on NES. Obviously, I know about Top Gun. Holy moly, okay. I'm already dead twice, nice. Oh, it's one of the Tengen games? Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that library. That's right, I forgot this game moves pretty quick. I wonder how many continues we get on this. I also don't know how many stages are in this game. Okay. This game can get a little disorienting, I do apologize, but you do have to move kind of erratically to dodge a lot of the missiles and shit. Awesome game. I've always wanted to try an arcade cab of this. Because some of the nice deluxe cabs have like a full-on like rocker chair, hydraulic chair thing. It looks sick. Thought Afterburner was a Sega IP. It is? Yeah, which is why it would be kind of weird that it got an Atari Tengen. Tengen was basically Atari. Kind of strange that Tengen would publish it. I mean, yeah, they notoriously had the better version of Tetris. Okay. Honestly, didn't think I'd moved enough there. You like Nintendo Tetris more? Don't most people prefer the Tengen version though? I mean, the Nintendo version is still classic. It is. Okay, I have one. This is my last life. I don't know how this game handles credits. God damn, that's hard to dodge. Okay, I guess we're gonna find out how the game handles credits. Or is it just game over, that's it? Maybe that's just it. Hey there, Paphead. Mark Hamill, the Avengers have wished good luck to Brazil tomorrow on Twitter. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm honestly, I like barely even watch the news. I definitely don't have a Twitter. Damn, I only get 6 ships for the whole thing, huh? That's tough.
Get ready.
I guess we'll just have to get good a little. Lack a 2-player, yeah, which is kind of a bummer on NES Tetris. Nintendo Tetris, I should say. I'm like, I know Mark Hamill. I don't know how Mark Hamill is related to the Avengers. I'm trying to follow. Okay, dodge them. World Cup? Probably. Although I definitely don't watch soccer. Or football, if you will. Oh, there's an election. Well, I am gonna say I do have a no politics rule in my chat, so. Let's not take this any further. Damn it. You can time out other mods? I don't think you actually can. Or I think maybe you can. It will demod them, I think, if that's the case, though. It's one of those two. It either won't let you or it'll demod them, if so. Yeah, you might not be able to. Only yeah, I could. I could yeet you if I wanted. Okay, PD Ultraman Link. I think this is a puzzle game with Ultraman characters. Despite theoretically working against Nintendo's interest during the decade, SEGA licensed a handful of arcade games to the likes of Sunsoft. Had no idea. Produced Famicom versions. It's counterintuitive, but you have to type unmod first. Get yeeted. I didn't know Fantasy Zone came to the Famicom. Afterburner Space Harrier, dang, okay. This presentation is something else, let me tell you. This is wild. Game looks cool. Yeah, I think it's a puzzle game from what I recall. Yes, it is. Wait, how does the linking work here? Oh, I see. Okay, interesting. You have to line the tubes up. I'm not sure the color matters. This is kind of wild. It's a little Dr. Mario. This whole tubes mechanic is really strange, though. This is gonna take some getting used to. Ultra Manio, yeah, there you go. Juker's got it. I'm digging this, though. Ultraman better than Mario, Chris said it. Oh, snap. Stop the presses. Okay, I just need them to fuck up. There we go. Got them. Easy. Easy. Let's go. I like these weird, like, chibi Ultraman figures, though. It looks like they literally took action figures and, like digitized them. And this is a nice little surprise. I was not expecting this to be actually pretty good. Who else is dressing up as Ultraman on Halloween? Only you. I may have to join you. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can set up some chains. Because that's what separates the boys from the men with these puzzle games. You gotta get some wild chains going. I have kind of a bad habit of just like going for the clears like immediately. Honestly, going as Gaston, nice. After the legendary Gaston stream. Serving a double shift in costume. Well, I'm sure they're gonna love it. I don't know how you could get served on by Gaston and not enjoy it. Oh shit, they're getting some chains on me. They're clapping back. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, Aya's going kind of hard. I'm actually kind of surprised here. Can't do anything with that. Oh god, that can't be good. Oh my lord. Okay, come on. Just 5 chains, 6 chains, 7, 8. If we don't win there, I don't know how we won't. Dude, the fucking flex. We totally flipped that on him. Let's go. It's just 5D Dr. Mario. I love this. I legit love this game. This is awesome. This is on my list. I've pretty much, after playing this shuffler, I've pretty much decided I'm gonna go for like an import Saturn. What even happened? The best chain you'll ever see happened. We're just that good. Saturn's incredibly underrated. And I think part of the reason, you know, I was thinking, like, why didn't I try Saturn games sooner? And I think, at least especially back in the day, it was just too expensive. Like, even then, to collect for this system, it was rare to find the games. And when you did, it was just, like, out of my budget. And then, like, the last couple years streaming, I guess I was just, like, really focused in on PS1. Like, almost too focused in to bother with Saturn. Which I kind of regret. I mean, I guess better late than never, though, right? But yeah, there's some incredible stuff on here. Chris, thank you for the clip. Willy Wombat is in the rotation. I think we even got it once, but I didn't get to start the game. We were like mid-menu, and it swapped. Okay, we need to start just clearing. Here we go. Decent little MIDI chain. I mean, Saturn has some good North American releases. It's just a lot of them are expensive. Oh shit, he just like reversed that nonsense on me. Yeah, no, there's good North American Saturn titles if you look for them. It's just, yeah, it did not get as many releases here as it did in Japan. Japan, the system went gangbusters. It did very well. Ooh, okay. Trying to keep this alive. Try being keyword. Damn it. I don't know why Saturn took off in Japan. It wasn't the games. It was Segata Sanshiro. What did Segata Sanshiro do that made the system such a success in Japan? I'm actually curious. I don't know Segata Sanshiro. Stop the stream. I can't do a Saturn stream without this. Juker's calling me out. What knowledge am I missing? Enlighten me, Juker, please. So I gotta Sanshiro commercials. Should I just look them up? They're some of the best game. I may have seen them. I just don't know the guy by name. It's possible. It's like 10 minutes and they're all incredible. Okay, I may have to give them a look-see. I can't do a stream without it. You do that now, what? I need to stop the stream? I mean, that's not gonna happen. Nice try. You should have said that earlier when my OBS crashed. I probably would have done it, actually. I was really on the fence about continuing stream after OBS crashed, but I'm glad I came back. Just open tomorrow. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll open it on the next Saturn stream. We'll just open with some Shigata. Okay. This game is only 3 courses. So I really just need to nail them and we're there. Apparently there's like a 4th course you can unlock if you get 1st place, but apparently the game plays credits. As long as you just finish the main 3, so that's our goal for this one. It's not very long at all. This game's pretty short. I will cry at the final commercial when I realize the lore. Is there a playlist to the videos, or is it all just like if I look up Segata, will it just that'll be the first result? Okay, it's a compilation video. A little shaky there. I think this is the last couple turns right here, though. Yeah, we got it. Okay, last map. Really curious about Japan-only adventure games. Admittedly, did not put a lot of those on here because I was worried about language barrier, but yeah, that's probably a realm that, at least in the U.S., has not really been discovered.
3, 2.
Yeah, the graphics are phenomenal in this. This is a really well put together racing title. What it lacks in depth of content, it makes up for in just being phenomenally good at what it does. Oh, damn it. No! AI, why you gotta do me like that? Scumbag! We're right there. We're right there. Just, oh my god. So close to the checkpoint. This last map's really tough. So I gotta say, Shiro is the only man that can rival Chuck Norris. That level of power. If I like Kamen Rider, the OG Kamen Rider would go on to become Segata Sanshiro. What? So he has to kick ass. He is Kamen Rider? Imagine trying to play this with a wheel. Oh, that would be really tough. Monica with the import showcase. Anything in particular? I mean, I mostly just have PS1 and 2. I'm not sure if there's like a specific genre you're looking for. Or... Alright, we will get this. The third map's really tricky. Oh, some PC 98 games, right. Yeah, I'm sure there's at least a few games that kind of share releases on PC 98 and Saturn. Is he saying maybe or baby? I think he's saying baby. Long, easy right, baby. Hi there, EP repeating. Welcome in. People love Segata Sanshiro so much they had to put him into Project X Zone 2 as a playable character, despite being in a commercial. He's even in Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing Transform. I've played Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing Transform. Oh, Monica, I have a handful of Simple Series games. Would you prefer PS1 or PS2? Yes, I hate you. Sure. EV, thank you for the 100 bits. Very kind of you. Yeah, Linko, that's how many rally games work. You have like a co-driver giving you directions for the track. A lot of rally games play like this. PS1 Simple Series. Okay. Admittedly, I only have a couple on the PS1. But they're good ones. This is definitely... I've never played an arcade rally game, though. This is actually pretty cool. Usually arcade... the rally genre is usually filled with simulators. Like, Colin McRae Rally is phenomenal. I played through the PS1 Colin McRae. It's gorgeous. It's great. Did I play the Simple Series RC helicopter game where you shoot the birds with a gun? Yes. Yes, I did. And the what? Oh, shit, I almost spoiled it. I almost spoiled it. For anybody that hasn't played RC Helicopter on the PS1, there is an amazing twist in that game that I almost just spoiled, but you should, if you have any inkling of an interest of playing like a weird, wacky PS1 game, it gets insane. Like, you think, oh, it's a game about flying an RC helicopter. How weird could it be? Oh, trust me. You don't know the half of it. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick. Let me pause the emulator. I'm gonna show some games here real quick. This is why we're friends, Juker. Yeah, the twist was great. I loved that game. It was so stupid, but I loved it. I'm glad to find somebody else that really likes it. I will say, there were a few people in chat that were really digging it too, and I'm like, I feel like I'm doing something good here. Alright, let me show a couple Simple Series PS1 games real quick. I'll show literally the two I have. My PS2 Simple Series set is... I've got 5 Simple Series games on PS2. For PS1, I believe I only have 2. Oh, wait. Did I lie? Alright. I lied. Monica gets a little bit extra with her card. I actually have 3 Simple Series games. I forgot I bought this one recently. Monica with the tier list spoiler for Simple Series Kung Fu. Kung Fu was kind of janky. I mean, I guess it's Simple Series, so it's probably not a surprise. I'd probably give it like a C+. I'd probably give it a C+. Ramen says D. I'd probably be a little more generous to it. I mean, it was a budget release game. Simple Series, you kind of have to lower your expectations a little bit, right? I'd probably give it a C. So I have 3 Simple Series games on PS1. Here they are. We have the Sniper. This game's phenomenally good. As you can imagine, you play as a sniper. It's got like a great, like, gritty noir aesthetic. It's fantastic. Highly recommend this one. Never played Sniper 1, only played 2. 2 is way more lighthearted and, like, tonality, totally different. This one is much more serious. It's a little more like a hard-boiled kind of like crime thriller. It's much grittier. I definitely prefer this one, even though Sniper 2 is its own experience. Saturn Doom on the shuffler? It's not currently, no. So it's funny. The 2 mainline Simple 1500 games I have are actually 56 and 57. This one's The Maze. I actually just ordered a PS2 Simple Series game that's like a spiritual successor to this. Essentially, you play 1v1 against somebody else, and you're in a maze, and your goal is to collect 3 keys to exit the stage. And there is PvP battling, and every time you hit your enemy, they drop a key. And the idea is to get, like I said, 3 keys, you get to the exit, play it a handful of times, bada bing, bada boom, rinse, repeat, you're done. It does have multiplayer. This is quite fun. I'm looking forward to trying the PS2 version. And then lastly, I do have a Simple Series 2000 game on PS1, which is kind of rare. This is Kamen Rider The Bike Race. This game is super janky. There are only 3 maps. The controls take a lot of getting used to. It's not a particularly good game, but it's really stupid, and it was like one of the first Simple Series games I played, so I had to have it for that reason. There you go. That is my entire Simple Series PS1 set. As of now, I'm always looking to add more. And my PS2 set, about from there to there. All the white spine ones. We're getting there. And I just ordered a whole bunch more for PS2. I ordered like 5 or 6 more for PS2. Oh my god, Kreb. With the Schwarzenegger card. Testing me here, okay. My, rusty Schwarzenegger impression. Simple Series is very dumb and cheap on purpose, so 3 maps is a ton. True. That is a good point. The handling's terrible, though. Kamen Rider the bike race. It's an experience. Alright, I'm gonna try this, Kreb. I can't promise it's gonna be good. Shit. So I didn't die. Actually, me and my 2 clones joined forces. Because it turns out I'm really an angel. In the CIA, they make a clone. But this one's a bad clone. Because it's in cahoots with the devil. So then me and my clones go to fight the devil clone. Turns out he's the real me and I'm the clone. Was that the synopsis to the 6th day? Was that the synopsis to the 6th day? You're welcome, Monica. Figured I'd show off my whole Simple Series set. Oh, it's a Mad TV skit. It sounds like the plot to 6th Day. Cause there's a whole cloning bit in 6th Day. I bet Mad TV probably pulled it from that. All right, back to video games. I need to remember how to do specials in this game. Shit, we lost our first game. I was undefeated for like 2 matches. Stolen Identity 3, because sequels make a lot of money. Actually, okay, I do remember that Mad TV skit, actually. I lost my sword and my hammer? Or am I choosing? Bro, I lost both? Are you kidding me? Shit. That's no good. Alright, well that's what I get for losing, I guess. I'm a clone, baby. Yeah, it's gonna take me a bit to warm back up to the Arnold impression. I'm so out of practice. Deeper in the throat. Well, it also doesn't help that I sang a bunch today and I'm already like a little hoarse. Although you'd think that would help. I gotta remember how to do specials in this. I'm getting my ass absolutely handed to me. Can't be that complicated. Okay, it is. It's A and B together. Shit, I'm getting destroyed. Demolished. Yeah, it's both it's both arms together, which makes sense. There goes my trident. Please tell me you guys saw that Steven Seagal Mad TV skit where he's at a diner. I don't think I've actually seen that one. I don't believe. Okay, I guess I'll try the mace. I need to stop losing arms here. Alright, we're gonna go like 95. Dude, Will Sasso's genius. Like, actually genius. Super gifted comedian. There's a certain arm in this game. It's called like the Techie, and it's literally a projectile. It like shoots these little like TV looking dudes. That's my favorite item in this. There's our special. So got one where he's making fun of Crouching Tiger and nobody believes he can fly, so he kills the crew. Jeez. Yeah, I've heard some bad like set stories about Steven Seagal. He seems like maybe not the nicest guy. To put it mildly. Definitely equipping the sword now. I guess we'll go sword and mace. Alright, let's go 94. Just ease my way back in. Once I get some of the arms that I'm like really comfortable with, we'll probably do a lot better. Steven Seagal was apparently a cop for 20 years? Really? Why do I have a hard time believing that? That's not good. Yeah, I was gonna say, yikes. Come at me. Oh, already back to Afterburner 2. Okay. Posted memes. All right. Sounds good. Oh, God. Looks like all a politician in some foreign country now. Is he? I sure as hell hope not. Steven Seagal was in a band? No way. No, damn it. Let my guard down. I'm like, hey, new stage. That's what I get. Come on, damn it. Losing 2 lives on the same stage here? Steven Seagal's a seagull. Thunderbox is not good. Is that the name of the group? Oh boy. Thunderbox. Come on, game. Are you kidding me? Damn, I'm getting destroyed on this stage. Getting dizzy, yeah, sorry about that. This game's a little disorienting. Okay, we're getting restocked. He does jazz rock and it's so odd. Jazz blues rock. He's like if ZZ Top weren't good. Damn. Blown up again. All right, last life. Oh, we're switching games. Seagal works in Russia as a rep for U.S. negotiations. What in the hell? Because the world loves Seagal. He seems to think the world loves him. I don't know, man. So this is Funky Head Boxers. It's another Japan exclusive. Don't see that going bad at all. Oh, not at all. Of course not. Damn, that was a quick switch.
You lose. Round 3. Fight.
God damn, Silver Samurai, come on. Oh, I'm stunned? Damn it. Who says that? Who looks at that massive sea lion and says, "You good at movies"? Shit, alright. Listen, I don't particularly like Steven Seagal. Calling him a sea lion. It's pretty savage even for your standards, Ramen. Alright, hopefully... I don't think we're that far into this X-Men game. I think we still have a ways to go.
Round 1. Fight! Real pro. Real pro.
What's he gonna do? Kick your ass with jump cuts? I mean, no, but like... God damn.
Real pro.
I don't think I've ever ripped on somebody that bad. Shit. Oh, there we go. Barely got him. It's like Liam Neeson trying to hop a fence in Taken 3. 30 jump cuts for one thing. I think some of that's just editing nowadays. The editor, it's kind of the editor's fault. It's like they feel like they need it to seem exciting, and so they just cut a bunch. Steven Seagal is still a martial artist with a ton of training and black belts. Kick Ramen's ass. I mean, not that Seagal's ever gonna hear about what Ramen said about him, but still. Wikipedia says Seagal gifted some high political leader in the Philippines a katana. What in the hell? The story just keeps getting better. Just keeps getting better. We're further through this than I thought. I say that like we're only on like the 4th fight, but still.
Round 1. Fight!
Ramen on a new level of salt barely seen by a man. And like you'd swear Seagal did something personally to Ramen.
You lose. Round 2. Fight!
Alright, definitely gonna need to step our game up here.
Real pro. Real pro. Real pro.
Much better. Under Siege is the only Seagal movie you say is any good, but it's still fun. It's Die Hard on a sub. I'm kind of curious to watch that one. That's probably the only one I could name. I don't know if I can name any other Steven Seagal movies. Shit, I got deleted there.
You lose.
After that round 2 victory, oof. Crouching cops and hidden badges was pretty good. Oh, of course. Yeah, what belt does Seagal have? That's the real question. Oh, Mega said black belts, jeez. Above the Law is what made him famous. You haven't seen it, though. He's 70 years old now, but you're sure he still knows how to throw a decent punch? Probably, especially if he works for Putin.
Round 1.
7th Dan black belt Nikito. Jeez.
Real pro.
Oh, damn it. Oh, I'm still alive. Thought I was dead. Oh, what a time to switch games. Okay. Skal got his Russian citizenship recently. Apparently? It sounds like it. He's involved with Russia somehow. Okay, Guardian Hero. If we want to talk about how he's problematic, you're down, but let's not pretend laziness in filmmaking is the same as him being a mobile. Yeah. Han, yes. November 2016, he became a dual citizen. What the heck? Dude doesn't put any effort into his movies, but he kick any of our asses. Yeah. Probably true. This is great. I never thought we'd find such a great sword by ourselves. Wonder if anyone else is looking. Hey, be careful. It's an old sword. What will you do if it breaks? Don't worry, a great sword doesn't break easily. Is this really the sword we've been looking for? Let me see it. I don't care about that sword, I'm tired. Let's eat now. The Royal Knights are coming. Get ready. What? Who are you? Don't use that sword. What? This is getting weird. There's nothing we can do. Retreat. Let's get moving. Yeah, quite the convo. Portraits were a bit rough. Yeah, the characters select portraits. A tad rough. It's getting ugly in here. Better escape. Man, they really just throw us in. So those sports games. What about them, Krev? What about them? The Royal Knights have arrived. There's no way you can get away from them. Everybody split up. We'll be able to lose them. We're after the sword. Where to go from here? There's no time to talk. Let us meet at the graveyard. Trying to shittily change the subject. The epic non-segue. Am I able to switch foreground, background planes here? Okay, yes. Talk about our favorite Terminator movies. I mean, there's only two choices. One is better than two? Damn. I mean, I do like both of them for very different reasons. Salvation, I could definitely skip. He's a war reporter now. Steven Seagal. Guilty pleasure, and why is it I've had the time of my life? You're talking music guilty pleasure? I don't know, I'm trying to think of songs that I don't. Maybe wouldn't be considered great, but I like anyway. I mean, that's a classic song. Bill Medley, Jennifer Warnes, great duet. Honestly, that Dirty Dancing soundtrack kind of slaps. And of course, you got Hungry Eyes on there as well. That's probably a guilty pleasure for me. Hungry Eyes is just like a great 80s pop track. Yeah, Salvation was with Bale. Since there's been Genesis and Dark Fate. Shulk, yours is Papa Roach Last Resort. Oh my god. What? I have a friend that does like the intro really well to that. What? I gotta
fever. The only prescription.
It's not even the same song. Wait, which one am I thinking of? Appreciated Salvation wasn't just remaking Too Fair. Yeah. Add a John Connor card? What would it be? Oh, Down with the Sickness shit. That shows you what I know about Papa Roach. Christian Bale voice? I can't really do a Bale. You were the chief of the Royal Knights and gave it up. What are you up to, Serena? I won't let you have the sword. Then suffer. Oh, this guy's kind of big. Oh, God, okay. Same as the Bale Batman. I don't know if John Connor Bale is the same as Batman Bale. I remember back in college, we did like a ADR night during, of course I was part of the film club. We did like an ADR night where we had to like record lines. And I volunteered to do the I'm Batman line, and like it sounded exact. Like if you didn't know any better, you would have figured it wasn't altered.
Final lap.
It's identical. Admittedly, it's been a long time since I watched Salvation. God, this music's insane. Shit, we're on the last... Of course on the last lap, that's when I drop positions here. I don't know, is second gonna be good enough, or are they gonna have me do it again? That feeling when you think you're done with Wipeout? Yeah. This is Steven Seagal music. Oh boy. I don't know if second's good enough to move on. I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see. 500 points. Total score 3390.
Not bad.
Not
but not
bad.
the best either, laddie. You must try harder if you expect to come out of this with a win for Earth. Push yourself to the limit.
Are they gonna have me play the... All I want to know is if they're gonna have me play the stage again. Okay, no. Good. Vastitas. Sorry to tell you, it's Seagal music.
Vastitas is a pretty rocky world, kid.
Pretty
Not
rocky
exactly what I'd call a vacation paradise. I'm headed down to the briefing room to get things prepped. I'll see you down there.
You're not doing too badly out there, Shaw. I'm Draconin.
This game is shockingly low budget
You
looking.
may think Earth's racing
Like even
technology
for
is
Saturn
decades ahead of
standards.
Cerebins, but drivers,
This is
not
definitely on the
sleds,
lower
win
end.
races. Skills on my side, Earthling. So you'd better have luck on yours if you hope to even come in a close second. I'll be looking for you in my rearview sensors.
Not just rear view mirror, rear view sensors. Great writing.
Round 3 will begin soon. Now, this track has narrow paths bounded by rough
great.
areas that slow down even the best sleds, so do your best to try to stay on the track. It's going to be tough to stay in the lead, but I think you can do it. You ready? This track has a lot of sandy areas, so you'll need max power from your engine.
Why are his eyes just like black and beady? Like, it's really off-putting. It's Skinny Robotnik. Legit. All right, we'll see how we do on this one. They did mention the skinny pathways. Oh my god. Yeah, this music is terrible. The guitars are, I can tell they're out of tune. Like, bro, you didn't even tune your guitars before recording.
Lap 2.
I don't know if one party was responsible for composing like all the music here, but it's special. I actually kind of like the vocals though. It reminds me like the Clash. But man, the drums and the guitar are super basic. Tabitha, you're driving me insane.
Lap 3.
Train in Vain, The Clash, but covered by a rockabilly band. It's like a weird mix of like The Clash and like Stray Cats. It's a weird combo. Yeah, and a little bit of Dire Straits, yeah, for sure. I thought he said it was gonna be hard to stay in first on this one.
Lap 4.
So far, oh shit, frame rate, okay. Why did the game just speed up? What the fuck? The game definitely got faster. I don't know why. This is so strange. Sure, I'm lapping this poor bastard. Got one more lap. What should Kyle get after stream?
Final lap.
I'm not gonna look at the options. I'm just gonna see what wins. Yeah, no, if I had taste, I'd probably veto this. I mean, we don't have any vetoes right now, but I'm probably gonna beat this damn game. I'm probably gonna beat this stupid game. Wendy's Pizza, something healthy, you, yes. Does that mean I have to get all three? There we go, we got first. Easy win. Actually nailed it. Ramen, that's foreigner. Get healthy pizza at Wendy's. Krebs got all the answers.
Superb racing, Shaw.
Round 4. Is that noobs? Newbies? Noobs? I have no idea. Like that song. Yeah, Cold as Ice is probably one of my
I never
favorite Foreigner songs. I'm not a big Foreigner guy, to be honest.
Here on Nubis. Now, this race is going to be tough, but I know you're up to it. I think the Caledasian challenger is overconfident. You can use that against him.
Pardon me, sir, but are you the celebrated Mr. Shaw? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Zahanik of Caladacia.
Zahanik of
To
Caladacia?
serve the will of the Hive by achieving victory as the pilot of the Red Imperial Racer.
Okay.
I forget all past wars between our peoples, Mr. Shaw, and prepare to take the field honorably. As you well know, the Emperor reigned supreme.
I don't know why this game has so much story. It really doesn't need
Should I
it.
fail in this race against you, His Imperial Highness's disappointment with me will
Hey, there's
be
two
severe.
clashing voices. You're right.
Regardless, I respect your skill, and I wish you luck.
It's like some old effect that like you have the clean voice and then like the effect puts the voice through like a filter. But they like mixed it lower
This
behind
course
the
is
main
short
voice.
and narrow. It was
weird.
built in the air above the surface of this gas planet. Watch the corners, kid. If you fall behind, it'll be tough to catch up again, so don't fall behind. You got it? Okay, let's go. It's a short track. You'll want to focus on your cornering and braking.
Can do. Easy.
This is straight from the labs, Clay. Still
So you have a harder time following the dude talking. They were clearly very... Wait. Oh, wow. That switch. I literally thought that was a transition screen. I'm dead serious. The PAL version has a better OST. It's like instrumental rock or something. I was gonna say, yeah, the OST for the US version is rough. Don't like the vocals, unbelievable. Yeah, how dare we not like the vocals? That's gonna be a nice clear. And a little bit of a chain. Nice. Kicking ass. This game is surprisingly fun. I've been really digging this one. Did I already get the AI here? Probably just about. Sometimes when you get bored, you like to listen to some Fog. I don't think I can name a single Foghat song. I don't know, what is their most popular song? I probably know a song or two of theirs, I just can't name it. Slow Ride, of course. That was quick. Alright, some Chase HQ. That's right, I need to switch into high gear. I probably just failed the mission already. Already freaking forgot. This part's gonna be the true test. Already bouncing shit. Come on. No, come on, damn. I definitely already lost. Dude, I definitely think, you know, I played the arcade version of this. And I wouldn't call it easy, but somehow that felt easier than this. Even like barring the fact that you get unlimited credits in an arcade version. I was hoping I'd catch up in time. Nope. Nope. Sick Porsche, yeah, right? I'm already using a credit. It's the first stage. We're doomed. There's no way. But I wrecked it slamming into that sign. They make it oddly easy to slam on the edges of the track. It's kind of like Outrun in that sense. It's like you're not getting the true Outrun experience or the true Chase HQ experience unless you're driving off the track. Grab all good. Yeah, I might actually wrap here soon anyway. Probably not gonna miss too much. Have a good one. Glad the criminals are not deaf. They might be after this though. Okay, we got them. Nice. All right, this is a new game. I'm gonna stop here. I realize it's just past midnight, but I'm gonna get some rest. I don't know what tonight. I say tonight. Actually, technically tonight would be the next stream. I might do Xbox Roulette because I do owe that at this point. But yeah, we're gonna call it. We didn't get anything beat tonight, but I don't want to push too hard. We'll go raid somebody. I think that's the move. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Chazzy's back live again. I think it's only fitting I raid Chazzy because Chazzy raided me at the start of stream. I think it's only fair. He is doing his Ringside Championship Challenge. He's playing a whole bunch of wrestling games. He's trying to beat. GG's. Unfortunately, no beats tonight, but we got closer on a handful. I think we did okay tonight. There's a lot of games on the shuffler, so I'm not surprised we didn't finish anything tonight. It is what it is, you know? And we have House of the Dead to look forward to start off the next Saturn roulette. I was going to say roulette, Saturn Shuffle stream. But take care, guys. Thank you all for being here. I should be back again tonight. Yeah, I do really appreciate people hanging out, especially because, like, midstream and OBS crashed. Pain in the ass. Just got here, BPL. I can't stream all hours of the day, if only. I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping in, though. Take care, guys. Go say hi to Chazzy if you could. And talk to you soon.